This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Thursday, the 19th day of August in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The Sudanese President Chan Santoki wrapped up his official visit to Guyana this afternoon, and the two countries have reached additional agreements in several areas and have made moves to strengthen previous agreements.
I truly welcome the opportunity to be able to have a fulsome discussion with President Santoki. We share a collective vision for collaborative strategies, not only to bring our two countries closer, but strategies which would rebound to the individual benefits of both countries and peoples. The agenda that we have been discussing has centered around infrastructure, cooperation in specific areas of economic activity, as well as coordinated positions on the regional and international agenda, in particular climate change and COP26.
With health and agriculture seen as two areas in which Guyana and Suriname can collaborate, two memorandums of understanding were inked today covering those two areas. The MOU covering health is set to focus on the COVID-19 vaccination program, particularly targeting the area of vaccine hesitancy. The two sides are expected to work together in several areas in fighting the pandemic. On the agriculture front, the MOU will pave the way for more trading in fresh agricultural produce and fish. The MOU will facilitate the trade of freshwater fish with the assurance from both sides that more international standards will be implemented. Suriname will also facilitate the issuance of fishing license to Guyanese fisherfolk who have complained for years about being arrested for fishing in Surinamese waters. The two nations have also agreed on a model of collaboration to get their agricultural produce into the North American and European markets.
Where we literally and figuratively focus on building a bridge between our two nations. We have paved the way for uplifting this generation, and it pleases me to say we did so in a sustainable manner, ensuring the well-being of future generations. Our agenda was a lengthy one, and this was a presidential meeting led by two presidents, and where we had an agenda which were covering of all areas of cooperation, and there was a progress evaluation, and based on that, this meeting, these 4 days, had a special emphasis on taking decision. 1 year of close collaboration in several areas, and that was the time now to take strategic decision, where my colleague elaborated already on it.
The two presidents said the discussions over the past 2 days were successful since agreements were reached in several areas as both countries seek to boost their economies. More news coming up in just a moment.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
Take your shot, get back to your life. Take your take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, $100. Come get your Buster, $100.
I'm in a rush. Digital got me in a rush. Driving style for the summer. Digital summer rush.
Nobody's doing it big like Digicel this summer. Top up with $1,000 or more and collect the letters to spell the word RUSH for a chance to win one of 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs. Yes, you heard it right. 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs.
Driving style for the summer. Hey, Digicel summer rush.
Start topping up now.
Let GBTI make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI. We see Guyana through your eyes.
The presidents of Guyana and Suriname have discussed the prospects of creating a development zone in the vicinity of the Quarantine Bridge when it is built on both sides and a management structure to oversee the construction. A delegation from both countries will convene a special meeting to work out the modalities to initiate discussions on a comprehensive investment framework. 8 bidders from around the world have been shortlisted to build the proposed Quarantine River Bridge linking Guyana to Suriname. The companies are expected to put forward their proposals and offers by October, after which they will be assessed by a joint evaluation committee. The chosen company will then be given approximately 1 year to carry out a feasibility study. Plans are also in the pipeline for the construction of a $150 million road for connecting to the planned bridge. In November of last year, and during a 3-day visit by President Ali to Suriname, the two sides signed a memorandum of understanding to facilitate the joint bridging of the Quarantine River. Let's tell you now that in a strongly worded statement, the Guyana Trades Union Congress and the Guyana Public Service Union today made it clear that they stand in full support with workers and other members of the public who are against forced vaccinations. The two unions in their joint statement said they will fiercely defend the rights of workers and citizens with every legal method available to them. According to the two unions, the government's current approach to managing Guyana's COVID-19 pandemic is nothing short of government-employer tyranny. The union said the blatant violation of laws and transgression of workers' and citizens' rights are abominable. They noted that effective management of the health crisis necessitates decision-making, which must be guided by science, laws, and resources, with broad and meaningful involvement of all the stakeholders, including the trades union movement. The two unions see the government's vaccination policy as a new breach of individual rights and freedoms, coupled with despicable and unlawful coercion tactics. The unions said coercive mandatory vaccination policies, which pressure citizens into receiving medical treatment against their will, is a violation of the Medical Practitioners Act and the Ministry of Health Patient Charter. According to the GTUC and the GPSU, the recent lockout of healthcare workers, which occurred at the Linden Hospital and the COVID-19 hospital, as well as maritime workers, is a breach of Article 12 of the Public Utility Undertaking and Public Health Services Arbitration Act and the avoidance and settlement of disputes. The union said the unlawful request for workers to cover the expense of their COVID-19 tests required by regulation is a transgression of Article 47 of the Occupational Safety and Health Act. The union also noted that the threatening of workers who exercise their rights is also a violation of the Occupational Safety and Health Act, and denying the public access to medical care is a breach of the unconditional right of every citizen to free medical attention and social care, which is enshrined in the Constitution. The two unions said governing authorities trying to pursue herd immunity by arrogance and brute force should not be encouraged. The GTUC and the GPSU believe that the government must address several issues surrounding the vaccines, including the shortage of the Sputnik second dose shots, which has left thousands of persons not fully vaccinated. The union said the government has failed to get its act together in fighting the pandemic and must not now prevent citizens from accessing government services because of its own shortcomings and those citizens exercising their rights. Now let's tell you that the Guyana Police Force has reported that serious crimes have been under decline since the start of this year, when compared to the same period last year. According to the police, only reported cases of rape have seen a marginal increase in numbers. An abridged version of the police force's crime statistics was released today in the Guyana Chronicle. The statistics in relation to the offenses of murder and robbery on the arms indicate a decline in cases of murder. According to the police, 78 murders have been reported so far for this year. Around the same time last year, the cases of murder stood at 95. Robbery on the arms has also seen a decline in the number of reported cases, according to the police, from 539 last year to 352 so far for this year. The police force also listed murder, robbery on the arms, robbery with violence, robbery with aggravation, larceny from the person, break and enter and larceny, burglary, rape and kidnapping as serious crimes. 16 cases of robbery with aggravation were reported. The police said that number also represents a decrease. In the first 7 months of the year, 419 break and enter larceny cases were reported, which represents a decrease from 487, the police said. As it relates to larceny from person, the police said 38 were recorded so far for this year, when compared to 70 for the same period last year, while robbery with violence took a dip to 44 compared to 55 at the end of August 2020. Additionally, the police said robberies went down to 16 from 18, where burglary also went down from 96 to 59. Only one kidnapping incident took place for the reporting period, the police force said. The police force's statistics on crime is coming at a time when the business community and citizens have all expressed worry about the crime situation across Guyana. Police investigators were forced to release a Berbice woman and a man who were arrested this week for cocaine trafficking after the packets of milk the woman had in her possession while preparing to board a flight to Barbados turned out to be really milk and not cocaine. The police in its initial release claimed earlier this week that it busted the woman at the Eugene F. Correa Airport after the packets of milk were discovered in her suitcase and the contents tested positive for cocaine. The police also claimed at the time that during interrogation, the woman led investigators to the man who supplied her with the items, and he too was arrested. Both claimed that they were unaware of the packets of milk being cocaine. The police force said it was looking for a third person, as it publicized what it thought was a major drug bust. However, the entire investigation fell apart and the suspects were released after lab tests on the packets of milk revealed that it was milk powder and not cocaine in the packets. The Guyana Police Force has not provided any update on the incident, but quietly released the suspects. A senior law enforcement official confirmed to news source this afternoon that it was indeed milk in the packets and there was no trace of cocaine. The Kanji woman missed her flight to Barbados, and her milk powder remains in police custody. The Guyana Telephone and Telegraph Company, GTT, said it has been able to garner the attention of several international companies interested in operating in Guyana's oil and gas sector and are concerned about telecommunications. The local telephone company is currently participating in the Offshore Technology Conference in Texas. In a statement, the company said the main aim of its involvement in the conference was to represent Guyana as the #1 provider of 21st century business solutions and showcase their unmatched capabilities in the ICT space. The company's chief operations officer for business solutions, Orson Ferguson, said the telephone company has been serving the country for decades and has improved and expanded its services to meet the demand. He said that the company has been serving businesses in Guyana for over 30 years, adding that with the rapid developments in the oil and gas sector, GTT has been meeting the needs of companies operating in Guyana, like Exxon, Halliburton, and others. GTT said its participation in the conference is part of a wider delegation representing Guyana, and the local team was given the opportunity to advertise its resources to 59,000 plus energy professionals from more than 100 countries.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get your
color.
Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, the earthquake that killed more than 2,000 persons in Haiti has left the Caribbean nation on its knees, according to the Prime Minister Ariel Henry, who said yesterday that survivors are becoming increasingly frustrated about the sluggish arrival of relief to hard-hit areas. On Sunday, the Prime Minister flew to one of the hardest-hit areas and pledged a rapid increase in aid. But in a video address on Wednesday evening, he conceded that Haiti was in trouble. Dozens of people went to an airport demanding food after a helicopter arrived carrying supplies. Police intervened to allow a truck carrying aid to leave. Following another night of rains, residents, including those camped in a mushrooming tent city in the city center, complained of scant assistance. Concern was also growing for more remote places outside of the area most affected, that those areas may also be badly affected and cut off from the rest of the country. In Trinidad, the Education Minister, Dr. Nayan Gatsby-Dolly, said she was heartened by the fast start to the rollout of the Pfizer vaccine for her students yesterday. Despite yesterday's weather conditions, it was a bright start to the government's student vaccination program, aimed at arming the vulnerable group with a layer of protection as the physical reopening of school inched closer. According to the Education Minister in Trinidad, the assembly of parents and students was a step in the right direction in getting children back in the classrooms. The Education Minister also accompanied her two children to get vaccinated yesterday. However, there are children yet to receive the green light from their parents, a risk the Education Minister said she was not willing to take with her own children. And finally tonight, international news. Toyota is to slash worldwide vehicle production by 40% in September because of the global microchip shortage. The world's biggest car maker had planned to make almost 900,000 cars next month, but has now reduced that to 540,000. Volkswagen, the world's second biggest car producer, has warned it may also be forced to cut output further. The COVID pandemic boosted demand for appliances that use chips, such as phones, TVs, and game consoles. On Thursday, the German firm Volkswagen, which cut output earlier in the year, told Reuters that they are currently expecting supply of chips in the third quarter to be very volatile and tight. Toyota's other rivals, including General Motors, Ford, Nissan, BMW, and Renault, have already scaled back production in face of the global chip shortage. Until now, Toyota had managed to avoid doing the same. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.